Hello everybody, my name is Kevin Shelton, and today for this video, we will be presenting the two important parts of Arizona's government that gives power directly to the people. Those two parts are the referendum and the initiative. Those two parts are very important to what is called the direct democracy. That is something that allows not just the lawmakers, but also the people to take a part in making changes to the law. So I know you're sitting there wondering, Kevin, what is a referendum and an initiative? Well, don't worry, I'm going to tell you all about it. So the initiative is the process that allows citizens to propose new laws and constitutional amendments. If enough voters sign a petition to support the proposal, it could potentially be placed on a ballot for all voters to be able to vote for. It even gives the people the power to reject something they don't like as well. Now, a referendum, on the other hand, that is a process that allows voters to approve or reject laws that have already been passed by the state legislature. So in conclusion, really, for the referendum, it basically just gives the power for the citizens to say yes or no to the laws already made by their representatives. The good thing about both of these tools is it gives the people a say in things that's going on within the laws. I feel it's something that makes the Arizona's system a little more fair. For this part, we're going to discuss how the initiative and the referendums, how they were both created. For the initiative, the process starts when a group of citizens draft or propose a law. Citizens then file the proposal to the Secretary of Arizona. After that, they must then collect a specific number of valid signatures. The signatures come from the registered votes. If the signatures are verified, the measure goes on to the ballot at the next general election, and then the voters decide whether they approve it or not. For the referendums, they start off a little different. For the referendum, if the legislators pass a law that citizens disagree with, they can file for an application that refers the law to the ballot. For the people to be able to do this, they need to collect signatures equal to 5% of the votes casted in the last election that was hosted. Once those signatures are collected and validated, the law then is put on hold and placed on a ballot for the voters to decide all over again. The majority of the voters say no, then the ballot is repealed. The referendum makes sure to ensure that the citizens have a final check and say in the legislators' power. For this part, we will be comparing and contrasting the initiatives and the referendums. So, some similarities that they both share is they both allow the citizens to participate in the lawmaking. Another one is both the referendum and the initiative requires petitions and voters to sign. When both of them get the proper amount of signatures, it gets sent on to the ballot for more people to vote. They both also result in a public vote. Votes will all take place in the next general election. Some key differences that they have is that the initiative starts with the people. As the referendum starts with the legislature. Also, the signature requirements are also both very different for both of them. As the initiative have more time to collect signatures, the referendum has a shorter time period to get all the signatures needed. In conclusion, the initiative creates the laws and the referendums challenges the laws. Now, we will be discussing the pros and cons of the referendum and the initiative. Some pros of the initiative process is that it gives power directly to the people that ensures the importance that can be issued in addressing the lawmakers, even if they avoid them. Another pro to me is I feel it strengthens the community as it makes them come together to come up with these laws. Some pros of the referendum is it gives voters a check on the legislative powers, holding lawmakers accountable. Another pro is for the referendum is it promotes transparency, and it also ensures that all laws are ruled fair for the people. Some cons of the initiative process is it can be quite expensive to collect all those signatures and run campaigns for promotion. Another con of initiation can be that the voters may sometimes not always have the full information on what's going on within the law. Some cons of the referendum process can be that it can delay the implementations of the law. The referendum process can also be a bit expensive, just like the initiative. The last con for the referendums can be that it can create an instability if the laws are consistently being overturned. For this part, we will be discussing the connection of the direct democracy and the Arizona's Constitution. So, with Arizona's Constitution, It gives citizens the power of initiative and referendum. I feel that this reflects the state's strong commitment to direct democracy, which is a system in which voters themselves have a say in creating and approving the laws. Arizona was actually one of the first states to actually adapt in this process when it became a state in 1912. This idea came from the Progressive Era, which is a time in when Americans wanted more control over the government's decisions. Through the initiatives and the referendum, the people in Arizona can have a big say in what goes on, whether that's increasing minimum wage or funding education. So, in conclusion, the initiative and the referendum are powerful democratic tools that allows the people to be a little bit more in tune with the lawmaking that's going on and have them have a part in what goes on within the lawmaking in their state. Both of them do have their own pros and cons. I feel it's all a benefit at the end. I'm for anything that I feel brings all the people together to be within one. And it also helps keeps a equal balance of power within that state as well. Thank you very much for tuning into my video. I'm Kevin Shelton, and have a great day.